my name is Jacob Holloway.
And my name is Hunter Jones.
And our game is I'm the Villain, It's Me.
So the story behind this game is you play as a villain who is awoken from a deep slumber, and your goal is to escape the dungeon that you've been imprisoned in for years. So the gameplay is you're climbing out of the dungeon as one of our villain types. We've got the Lich, we've got the Robot Rat King, and an Ogre. So you play as this villain and you climb your way out of the dungeon fighting warriors and monsters and leveling up, collecting weapons, leveling up skills, and using your abilities to your advantage to escape.
So our game is procedurally generated, and we can enter any kind of seed that we want to get to a specific level. We're going to go to this level that we've been using quite often for testing, at least in our cases. So I'm going to go here. You'll see that we have this twin stick-esque shooter kind of game. So we rotate with the mouse, or if we were on a controller, it'd be the right stick, and we move around with WASD or the left stick. And we have two different weapons. We can have this miasma attack, or go and pause real quick, or we can swap to this regular plain just melee attack. So when it comes to the Lich, I'm actually gonna pause real quick here. We'll see that we've got the skill tree right here. We'll see that he has a point in arcane. So each villain has a specific skill that they're better at. Ogre would have a start in strength, and the Rat King would have a start in agility.
And each character starts out with a different weapon. So the Lich starts out with a wand, which has some inherent scaling that's tailored towards arcane. So every weapon's physical and magical damage will improve as you level up your stats, and how much each of them improve depends on the hidden scaling values for those weapons. So wands scale really well with arcane. So if you're leveling up your arcane a lot, wands will get a lot more damage.
So you'll see that if we scroll over these bars right here, it'll tell you what each upgrade will be able to do, and they each have a max upgrade. So, for example, the Lich will have its max agility. He'll have a pulse attack at the beginning and the end of his teleport, which I'll show you in a second. This will be his teleport. And with his max agility, he'll have a little attack before that. So.
Yeah, maxing out a stat gives each character a special ability, and each character also has different magic attacks tailored towards them. Like, the Lich has a cloud of miasma that poisons enemies. It's basically a damage over time weapon. And you can see over on the right we've got the level up bar, the health bar, and the stamina bar. The stamina is slowly recharging and is used when you use abilities and attacks.
So what we got right here is we have loot that spawns. So I can run into his chest and open it up. Just gotta shove it out of the way. We'll see this. We won't get to see the weapon actually change since it's the exact same weapon that we currently have. But we can see that if we go to our weapons, you'll see that I picked it up.
Yeah, so different weapon modifiers like broken or legendary will increase or decrease those hidden scaling values. So you can find really good weapons or really bad weapons. And we've got wands, swords, daggers, and clubs right now.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next floor.
So on odd-numbered floors, you just have to defeat enemies to find the stairs, but on even-numbered floors, you've got boss battles all the way up to the 6th floor.
So another thing about enemies is that there are certain enemies that are tailored towards certain villains. So in this case, the skeleton won't do anything towards the Lich, but if I was playing as the Ogre or the Rat King, he'll throw his head at you.
Some of them are bound to be your minions, you know?
I'm gonna give me some upgrades real quick. So I'm gonna upgrade my stamina. Let's just go ahead and upgrade arcade for now. This room right here is going to have our first boss, the Dire Skeleton. His first phase, he'll throw a sword at you. He'll just go between corners and throw a sword at you.
You can see damage numbers popping up as you're doing damage. And each boss has 3 phases.
So here's the second phase, where he throws his head at you and he starts swinging his sword around until his head eventually goes back to his body. So he'll throw his head again. This is the third phase, where he'll just start breathing fire towards you.
Yeah, at this point we consider the body to be dead, and it's just the head going around shooting fire. Yeah, so we've defeated him, and the stairs will appear for the next floor.
Instead of the teleport, he's gonna charge.
If you hit enemies with your charge, they'll be dealt knockback, and they'll be stunned and take damage.
So got a fire breath attack and stuff, other things. I can show off the weapon swap here. So now I've got this dagger instead. I can actually switch to
So the club, unfortunately, yeah, you can see he speeds around real fast. And here the skeletons are attacking us where they didn't when we were a lich. You can see them throwing their head out. And all of the different villain types have different charge melee abilities. So Jacob just mentioned the ogre, his damage goes up as you hold down charge, and as you're holding down charge, stamina is constantly depleting, so it's limited by how much stamina you have essentially. We can just skip past this boss if we want to because we've already seen it. Phase 2 for this boss, he teleports around the room and shoots a laser at your character. In Phase 3 he goes to the center of the room and shoots a giant mega laser and rotates around. But we're gonna go ahead and skip to the final boss.
So we got the Legion, our final boss. In the first phase will spawn a bunch of weak warriors, which are basically just the goblin type enemies.
Alright, so these are the Phase 2 warriors. You can see they look a little bit more buff. They charge at you, and they'll stun you if they hit you. But yeah, so we've worked really hard on this game for the past semester, and we've had a lot of fun making it.
It's been
Oh well. Yeah, we'll leave that to you. So, thank you so much for staying and looking at our game. I've been Hunter.
My name's Jacob.
And this was I'm the Villain. It's me.